So you're finally up, huh? Don't slack off just because you're on summer vacation.
Yo, you look tired.
We've made ourselves at home.
Late last night, it was discovered that someone has tampered with the hacker group Megid's website. The site's main page now displays what is thought to be the mark belonging to the Phantom Thieves. More so, the personal information of a Japanese man, a possible Megid member, was illegally publicized.
Aren't these the guys people have been up in arms about?
Megid has yet to issue an official reply. Furthermore, their previously announced cleanse of Japan has remained unimplemented for now. Some speculate that they have taken this series of events seriously and ultimately canceled their plan.
Yeah. Yes!
What are you all smirking about? Well, stop it. You're gonna drive away all my customers.
After the commercial break, we will be asking guests from various fields about this turn of events.
But there ain't any customers.
Can it? My customers are on summer vacation too.
Oh crap, I just realized our break's almost over.
There are still 10 days left.
I want to go somewhere, but we can't just leave Futaba-chan alone.
Some things still concern me too. Like that research.
Oh, did you just get up?
Good morning.
It seems she's cautious of us.
Hey, why don't we go upstairs? If any customers come, she'll be even more afraid.
Why don't you go with him, Futaba? Have fun. It's about time my regulars show up anyway, so I don't want you guys loitering around my store.
The fact that there were no damages due to the hackers' actions is but an afterthought. The issue I want to make clear is the attitude of the police, and more importantly, the government.
What do you mean?
Are they doing their best to find an effective countermeasure against these Phantom Thieves? Is it not the government's duty to create a society where its citizens can live without worry? Unfortunately, the current cabinet is powerless. As such, they should be disbanded. I believe now is the time for me to risk my political career in hope of making a new reality. A new political system that goes beyond parties or factions. An ideal country of peace and order.
This politician seems quite promising.
I have to agree. I hope he can work to ease the anxieties of the elderly.
What do you think, boss?
Oh, sorry. I wasn't listening.
So the Phantom Thieves only stole the heart of Futaba Sakura? And Megid was in turn defeated by her real-world hacking abilities? This does correlate to the facts as we know them. If he's telling the truth, then Wakaba Ishiki didn't commit suicide. Did a third party target her life with the goal of destroying her research? Wakaba's death was 2 years ago. that also coincides with when the incident started occurring. Does this other metaverse user that Madarame and Kaneshiro mentioned really exist? Earlier, I briefly mentioned about those psychotic breakdown incidents that have alarmed the public. All of a sudden, people will lose consciousness or become violent. A situation as incomprehensible as that can't be explained away as troubled social conditions. I suspect that these cases are all connected to a larger, man-made plot. The method involved always muddled the explication, but your story has virtually confirmed its viability. Although I wouldn't have expected a new criminal to come to light from your testimony. What did your group think of this other metaverse user? How self-centered of you. The Phantom Thieves tamper with people's hearts without asking consent. How is that different? Well, no matter how you thought of them, there can be no doubting your resolve. Are those incidents because of you or someone else? Either way, I will get to the bottom of this.
All right.
Now, let's move on to your next crime. Kunikazu Okumura. You should know who he is, considering what happened. Your testimony regarding this incident will be serious. I'm sure you understand why. Answer my next question carefully. What did you do to this Okumura?
To think, the cognitive version of a person would transform into such a horrible monster and attack us. That means our enemies aren't limited to shadows.
I thought the other people were just victims, like the slaves at the castle or the walking ATMs.
Even though they seem to be alive, they're only part of the backdrop. The environment. In other words, the palace ruler determines the form and strength of their cognitions. I would have loved to ask Futaba's mother how far along she was with her research.
Research, huh? She was looking into that cognitive science stuff, yeah?
If we put together all the information we've gathered up to this point, abuse of cognitive science can lead to death, and it may even relate to the psychotic breakdown incidents. Considering the cognitive aspect, I sense a strong connection between it and the metaverse.
On top of that, the research might have been stolen and used by someone else.
You mean those guys that showed Futaba-chan the fake suicide note?
If that is the case, those people are unforgivable.
Hey, Futaba, is there anything else you can remember? She is quite difficult.
That smell.
Come on, no fair!
Hey, can I snag a bite? Meanie.
Why don't we take a short break?
I've been thinking, even if Futaba is a genius, could she really crush an international hacker organization that easily?
The one who taunted the Phantom Thieves was a guy in Japan. I knew the Medjed members in Japan weren't anything special, so I wasn't worried.
How do you know that?
Because I'm the founder.
What do you mean? Should we take that literally?
Yep, it was only me at first. back when I was referred to as the Hacker of Justice. But since I stayed anonymous, a bunch of guys from all over the world started using the name.
And those were the ones committing cybercrimes.
It was a hassle to expose all of them, so I just left them be.
So Futaba was the true Medjed, and we were freaking out over some weak-ass dipshits? You should have told us from the start, Futaba.
I discarded the Medjed name a while ago. I'm Alibaba now.
Futaba, what do you want to do now? Since you know our secret, we'd like you to join our team.
Okay.
Just like that?
This may even ensure our investigation of mementos goes along smoothly. Well, I guess.
Well, Futaba's real amazing. She's gonna be a big help for us, huh?
Say, Futaba, how did you find out about us?
Secret.
Where did you learn to hack?
Private.
When did you obtain the nav?
I refuse to answer.
Futaba-chan sure is unique. Still, it'll be a problem if she doesn't open up to us some more.
At the very least, we need to be able to communicate normally with her.
What should we do?
How?
First, we'll need to help her open up to us. If we each spend an entire day with her, maybe she'll get more used to being around us.
I see. We do have the time thanks to summer vacation.
We can begin tomorrow.
Let's go to the beach! There'll be tons of people there. Plus, we got totally dried out in that desert.
That's a great idea! I forgot I hadn't gone to the beach yet.
Excuse me?
I'll come by tomorrow. See you then.
Let me help as well. I don't have anything planned.
Thanks. We can set a schedule with everyone else depending on when they're free.
Okay!
Can I really do this?
Why me?
Stress is the enemy of beauty, you know.
How can I stay calm about this?
I understand how you feel.
Thanks to the incident with those hackers, people are calling us incompetent. And on top of all that, the Phantom Thieves are claiming justice is on their side. Don't make me laugh.
Medjed was dealt with by either the Phantom Thieves themselves or some avid supporter. There are no tracks whatsoever, so they must be quite skilled. Either way, the general public recognizes the Phantom Thieves as the subjugating party.
They're gaining support and influence much faster than we could have anticipated.
It is indeed an abnormal situation. I'm beginning to suspect mass manipulation of some kind. It's even possible that a powerful person is behind them, plotting the psychotic breakdowns. If only I had realized sooner.
It's rare to hear you speak in that tone.
For the sake of my justice, I won't forgive them.
all along, confessing while alone, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter. I was masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dawn.
I should write something.
Moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me, that's where I found an empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. Telling what's not to be told. I need that mask. I'm a sharpshooter at this masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask. My place to
Is this weather a result of climate change? Then take a seat. Well then.
Our master would like a word with you. Stand up straight and listen closely, inmate.
It seems you freed the heart of a frenzied girl and saved her from her haunted past. Another step has been taken to rehabilitation. You are progressing quite nicely.
Our master bestows words of praise upon you. You'd better feel honored.
By the by, more curious information has found its way to your ears. A scientist's research. It seems that world may secretly be known after all. Furthermore, that very research has been stolen and is now used by those with malicious intent. I wonder how this will change the approach you take toward your rehabilitation. Allow me to grant you a new power worthy of your current self. Though you have my aid, be sure not to let your guard down, otherwise you may get swept off your feet.
All right.
We shall meet again in the near future.
Time to go, inmate. Well then.
Oh? Okay.
No! Ugh.
I see.
Right, right.
Man.
Where have you been? Been searching all along, confessing while alone without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter. Outpost masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dawn. mirror right in front of me. That's where I found an empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need that mask.
Huh?
Stop messing around. Shit.
All right.
So, give me some news.
All right.
Wow!
What's up?
Ah!
Hey! Come on. Hey. Ah!
All right, let's go.
Man.
What?
How suspicious.
Hey!
Well,
Where have you been? Been searching all along, confessing while alone and on, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been?
okay.
I'm a sharpshooter.
Hey!
I'll just add this.
I'm a sharpshooter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask. Reveal
Oh? Huh? Good evening. Um... Oh... Sorry. Actually...
All right.
I look forward to it.
All right.
Until next time. Well then.
Huh?
Hey! Hey.
Ah!
Jeez.
Where have you been? Been searching all along, confessing while alone, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been?
Man.
Masquerade, hiding both face and mind. I'll wait for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dawn.
Damn it. Shit.
Sorry.
Well then.
Hey.
Yep. Hey, wait! I'm sorry. Huh? What? Incredible. Ah!
Hmm?
Oh.
Yo. I owe you one.
Searching all alone, and facing twilight alone and on, without the clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter, outpost masquerade, hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to drown. I'm a sharpshooter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark.
Nice.
Moments of cold, nothing less to be found. A mirror
I'll just add this.
is where I found an empty glass.
Oh!
Reflecting as a truth. It's the only words that to be told.
Oh.
I need them mask. I'm a sharpshooter.
All right.
Oh.
Heart in both face and mind. We're free for you to drown. I'm a sharpshooter.
Training so hard.
Thanks for dropping by.
Hey!
Hey. Who the hell are you?
You look like a beginner to me. Well, I guess you got the heart of an enthusiast. You're a strange one, kid. Wait a sec. Yeah, this could work. Hey, I can grant that wish of yours. But you better have the money. These things are worth hundreds of thousands of yen per unit. Sometimes they even reach the millions, depending on how I feel. You're not bluffing, are you, kid? May actually make you more useful if you are. Look, I ain't a bad dude. I've been known to compromise from time to time. For example, you help me out with my business. Smuggling goods, destroying evidence. And as a reward, I'll introduce you to the special menu. With good prices for a punk like you. What do you say? Not bad, huh? That's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Gotta fight evil with evil. I need a pawn of my own. Don't talk to no one about this. Got it? Just follow my orders. Now what's it gonna be? You gonna take my deal or not? That's fine. Okay, I'll work on that special menu for you. You should be grateful.
It seems you had model guns in your possession as well. Their detail goes beyond a simple hobby. I'm sure some people believed those guns were real. You'll tell me how you procured them, won't you? Spill it.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the Hanged Man persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
All right.
Oh yeah, when I don't got any business going on, I'll have you do some miscellaneous chores. Clean, run errands. There's plenty for you to do around here. Must be pretty exciting for an enthusiast like you, huh? Alright, that's enough for today. Go on, get out of here.
Now then.
Hmm?
What?
Jeez.
Yep.
Where have you been searching all alone, been facing twilight alone, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a shapeshifter. Apples masquerade, hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to drown. I'm a shapeshifter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dawn.
Okay.
Moments go nothing late to be found. A mirror right in front of me. That's where I found
I'll just add this.
an empty glass, reflecting that's a tree. It's only words that to be told. I need that mask. I'm a shapeshifter. Apples masquerade, heart in both face and mind. I'm free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide.
Training so hard.
I love the Phantom Thieves!
It's really coming down.
Hey, inmate!
How go?
The inmate needs our guidance. Let's fusion. change your... You'd like to read the compendium? These are the paths you have walked. This persona, you'll withdraw this persona. This is your power. Are you finished? No slacking off!
Yeah? Don't say stupid shit like that. Sorry. Hey.
All right.
Later.
Okay.
Want anything, Futaba?
Orange juice, 100% natural.
That reminds me, you're going to the beach tomorrow, yeah? Go have fun, and make up for the fireworks. Just try not to cut loose too much.
Fireworks?
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't know. He tried to go to a firework festival, but it got rained out. Not only did he get crushed in the crowd, he came home looking like some kind of drowned rat.
Fireworks, huh?
Hello.
Oh, welcome.
Oh, you're...
Huh? You know each other? Wait, aren't you...
I'm Akechi.
Oh yeah, the one on TV and stuff. So what brings you here, Mr. Detective?
This place is more than I imagined it to be. The atmosphere is wonderful. No wonder Sai-san recommended it so strongly to me.
I already told her everything I know. There's nothing more I've got for you people.
Oh no, that's not my intention. I just came to enjoy some coffee.
Oh.
And she is? Oh, you must be Wakaba Ishiki's...
What'll it be?
I'll have whatever you recommend.
Coming right up.
Huh. It seems I'm unwelcome no matter where I go. Did I bother you? My apologies. Apparently, my mother was in a relationship with some lowlife of a man. She was swiftly discarded when he learned she was pregnant. That despair would lead to her death. Thanks to him, I was passed from foster home to foster home. But I do quite well by myself these days. Ah yes, Mejed. To think they'd be taken down by another hacker. I'm not sure whether Mejed was defeated by the Phantom Thieves themselves, or an avid supporter. You're Futaba-chan, right? Sai-san told me about you. Many kids your age seem to be fans of the Phantom Thieves. Do you like them too? What's the matter?
You're popular too, Ace Detective Akechi.
Thank you. Although I'd rather not be compared to people like the Phantom Thieves, if at all possible. This is delicious. You get to drink this coffee every day? I'm incredibly jealous. I would never have thought you'd be boarding at this cafe. We seem to share some kind of bond. Thank you. I believe that fate brings people together. It's strange, but talking to you is thought-provoking. Well, I think I found my go-to cafe.
All right.
Wanna light fireworks? Can we? I bought some. I ran into Mona on the way back, though. I'll go get Sojiro.
I was worried, so I decided to follow her. She was able to buy everything on her own, though. If she can do that, she should be good to go. Plus, she did a great job dodging that ace detective.
Sojiro, hurry, hurry! We're gonna have a firework festival!
Oh, hold on, Futaba. I haven't even put out my cigarette yet.
Come on! Don't get the smoke on me!
Super double move! Whee!
Will you listen to...
Hey, the cat doesn't like the smoke. Keep the flames away from him.
Dang! I made a huge one! Sojiro, look! Look!
Right. It's just be careful, okay? Memories of summer, huh?
Okie dokie! I'm gonna do 10 now! No, no!
I should write something.
Hey. feels right. You should be grateful.
All right.
What's the meaning of this? Yeah.
All right.
Later.
Futaba will be in your care today. Make sure you don't let any dudes try to hit on her. Don't do anything that'll make you stand out, moron. Just act with your brains, okay?
Hey, can we go already?
Are you sure you'll be all right?
It's just a day trip. Don't underestimate me.
Right. Sorry. Guess I just have to let it go. Have fun, but be careful, you two.
Oh, man, it's packed.
Sorry for the wait. Got a better opinion of me now? What? Cat got your tongue? Come on.
Are we missing one?
What?
This is perfect! There's nothing perfect about that. Stay still for a second. You'll be just fine.
Oh, it's so hot.
There's a lot of people here. Are you okay, Futaba?
I'm fine. You guys are here.
It's almost lunchtime. No! The squid's staring at me!
It's cooked, so don't worry. Would you even eat squid if I'm not around?
Why don't we eat lunch too?
I'll go get some stuff for us then.
You're eating that even here?
My staple food.
This should be a familiar flavor. Yet how does it taste so good?
What's up, Makoto? You ain't eating much. Not feeling well or something?
You just don't get it, do you, Ryuji? When a girl's in a swimsuit, she wants to look as slim as possible. Still, you're worrying too much. Did you make sure to eat breakfast?
Mona lacks tact.
So, what do we do now? Should we play some beach volleyball?
Oh, sorry. Us girls already made plans to ride a banana boat.
We could only rent a 3-person one. Sorry.
Wait, then what about us?
Keep an eye on our stuff.
Hell no! Why you gotta treat us like that? We're celebrities making headlines. You should treat us better.
I do think they're not bad in the metaverse, but in reality... Strange, isn't it?
They can steal treasures, but they don't seem like they can steal a girl's heart at all.
But... Lady On...
Can we get to the banana boat already?
Oh, sorry. We'll go now. We'll switch when we're done. Keep an eye on our stuff for us. Banana! Banana! Ah, the sand's way up! It's dangerous if you run around like that. Here comes the
Damn it. I don't get how amazing we are. We risk our lives being phantom thieves. There's no way we're the same as other guys around here. Shouldn't we be having more good times in reality, too? Right? Don't you agree, Yusuke?
Well, if you put it that way, you may be right.
On and the others don't get it because they're always around us.
Hey, how do we get Lady On to notice how amazing we are as phantom thieves?
Well, we gotta steal you know what. You moron, that's a crime! What we're gonna steal in reality are... girls' hearts!
I see. I just need to prove my skills in reality as well.
Let's steal all the hearts with the skills we've honed as phantom thieves. I'm sure girls will be all over us considering the vibes we give off.
Very well, let's do this. Pulling off our work in reality doesn't sound bad.
Get settled then. So, Mona, you're in charge of watching over our stuff, okay?
Huh?
All right, let's hurry up and go.
Hey, what the hell? Get back here! Don't leave me behind!
Come on, man.
No.
Hey. Get him!
Wait.
Yes.
I'm very sorry. Thank you very much. Huh? What?
What?
We should probably start heading home.
Agreed. Let's pack up.
Futaba seemed fine in the crowd, too. So it looks like she's overcome her last exercise.
Hey, Futaba! We're going home! Stop standing around and help us!
You know, all this time, I thought that it was my fault that my mom died.
Uh-huh.
It's because everyone said that I killed her. Everyone looked at me thinking I was a murderer. I ended up hating this world. That's why I shut myself in and covered my ears. I wished my mom would come back to life. Sometimes I'd wake up and think it was all a dream. But nothing had changed in the world. That's why I'd sleep again. It'd be a repeat of that. I loved my mom. I wanted to become like her. How she'd work late into the night. How she'd wake up early and make me a boxed lunch every day. How she'd do her best to further her research. How she'd scold me for peeking at her notes.
It was cognitive science, wasn't it?
The cognitive world can become distorted through desires. If it becomes distorted, a person begins exhibiting problematic behavior in reality. That cognitive world disappears when you remove its core, and further problematic actions stop.
Isn't that about palaces? That's the metaverse. She knew about that?
It made no sense back then. But now I understand, after it actually happened to me. All I thought about was my mom. I was trapped in a cognitive labyrinth. I couldn't get out of it. There was nothing I could do by myself.
That's why you asked us to steal your heart? That's a huge jump in logic in so many ways.
At first, I didn't believe the rumors about the Phantom Thieves, that they steal hearts. But I overheard you accidentally. I learned that you were near me.
Overheard? Ah, the bug. So why were you listening in on LeBlanc in the first place?
I had to keep an eye on Sojiro, make sure he was actually working.
Talk about an awful hobby.
You talked about stealing hearts. When I heard that, I was so happy I jumped up and down. I thought maybe the Phantom Thieves could cure my heart.
You could have just told us from the start.
You might have been wary of me if I asked out of nowhere. And besides, you could have been bad guys. That's why I cautiously got in contact with you. I checked many times to see how you'd react.
Yes. You had us twisted around your little finger. But Futaba, you didn't talk to anyone besides Boss for a long time, right? You must have needed a lot of courage to contact the Phantom Thieves.
There were two reasons for it. One was Medjed's taunt. The Phantom Thieves were so pitiful, it frustrated me. I would have been in trouble if they got disbanded, too.
Indeed. You were our only hope.
The other was what I heard through wiretapping LeBlanc. Sojiro was being blamed with lies, like abusing me. He was being threatened to spill everything about my mom.
Talk about making shit up.
It made me sad, and it hurt. I thought, I have to save Sojiro. I gotta do something.
So that's why.
But the Phantom Thieves... I didn't think you guys would be taking such risks for me. I didn't think you'd worry about me so much. I'm sorry that I acted like I doubted you guys.
Do you believe in us now?
Yeah, I can tell. You aren't bad guys. That's why I have a request. Let me join your team.
There's nothing to join. You're already one of us.
I'll be honest. Changing people's hearts isn't my goal. I want to learn what happened to my mom. The reason why she was killed.
Killed?
It was written in her notes. Should the self in the cognitive world die, the self in the real world would lose consciousness.
Is this about mental shutdowns?
Then the criminal that Kaneshiro mentioned.
Yes. That could be the case. I don't like pursuing this line of thought, but perhaps your mother's shadow was...
I don't know for sure. But right before my mom died, she didn't seem right.
In what way?
No matter how much I talked to her, she wouldn't answer back. And she didn't jump into the road, it was more like she collapsed and fell in. That's why I thought what was written in the notes was real, and looked into it. I read books, checked theses that were released online. I even snuck into the networks of various research labs to look at their classified data.
That's why you're good at hacking. What kind of brain do you have?
But I didn't figure anything out. My mom's research was nowhere to be found. She was killed by someone, and her research was treated like it never existed. I bet it's them. Those adults in the black suits who read the fake suicide note. I'll never forgive them. Futaba. If I stay with you guys, I think I can find out more about that world. Then eventually, it might even lead to those men in black. It's a super personal reason why I want to join you. Is that okay? Or would I just be dead weight?
If anything, you're dependable. Ain't that right, Mona?
Why are you looking at me? Are you trying to say I'm inadequate?
Well, she was more useful than you, as a matter of fact.
Hey, that's inexcusable!
This is what our Phantom Thieves are like. But I hope we get along, Futaba.
Thanks.
Let's leave those two be. Why don't we lose no time and decide on Futaba's codename?
What's that?
It's not cool if we called each other by our real names.
Joker, Skull, Mona, Panther, Queen, and I'm Fox.
In Futaba's case, Hacker wouldn't be right, would it?
Mech?
PC?
No.
Why don't we go literal and call her Goggles?
Super lame. You've got no taste, kitty.
In your face.
Do you have any good ideas for Futaba's codename?
I'll curse you.
What would you want it to be, Futaba?
Oracle. With my vision, I'll guide you all to victory.
Sounds great!
Then Futaba will be Oracle.
But man, I never even dreamed that the rumored Phantom Thieves would be so close.
Same goes to you. To think you'd be the daughter of a metaverse researcher. Talk about a mysterious fate.
Should we get going then?
Yep, let's go home.
Yes. The incident with Medjed seems to have been more effective than predicted. This should spur the Phantom Thieves' support even more now. I agree. There are effective ways to use the Phantom Thieves. Now would be the best time to dispose of unnecessary trash. Whether they're connected to us or not.
Hey.
Where have you been? Been searching all along, confessing twilight on and on, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter. Masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dawn.
What?
Let's do it.
Next time, then.
Moments of calm, nothing led to the cloud. A mirror right in front of me. That's where I found. I never take glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need that mask. I'm a sharpshooter at this masquerade. Heart in both face and mind, all three for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide.
All right.
Oh. Sorry. Oh. I look forward to it.
All right.
Let's go. Until next time. That black thing was... me? That can't be true. I'm supposed to be human. I should be. If we get rid of the distortion in the depths of mementos, I'm sure it'll all be fine. Sorry, did I wake you up? Oh, my sunburns were hurting, and that woke me up. I was absorbing all the sunlight because I'm black. Don't you get it? Oh, I'm not sure what to do when you give me an honestly concerned response like that. By the way, it's not like I'm bothered by this or anything. But hypothetically speaking, okay? What would you do if I turned out to be some weird... thing? can't be bothered by it. If what I saw from earlier is true, is it okay for me to stay with the Phantom Thieves? And even if I'm with the team, I'm useless at the moment. It's nothing. Well, I've gotten pretty used to my life as a cat, too. And to be frank, this storage room isn't bad either. Then again, I can't wait to turn back to being a human so I can move out. Maybe I'll live a life of luxury in a suite on the highest floor. But rather than becoming some weird thing, maybe staying as a cat isn't so bad either. You and me made a deal, yeah? That means I can stay here. Isn't that right? Thought so. Don't forget what you just said, okay?
All right.
Come on. Let's hurry up and get to sleep. Night. It'll be fine, right? Hey! Hey!
I'll just add this.
can I help you?
Thank you very much. Now then. I have a proposal. Hey, wait! Congratulations! Please come again.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Wanna head back?
On to our next story.
Hey!
Man, it's hot.
Where have you been searching all along, confessing while alone without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter at Ghost Masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter.
I'll just add this.
What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dawn.
level up. I...
What? I've made up my mind. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
I never expected what happened to Futaba's mother would be connected to those incidents in the city. We can't leave this be. Though this scoundrel has the same power as us, they're triggering people's mental shutdowns. If they truly exist, who can stop them? Only... This is getting interesting. We've got a new addition to the team, so it's time I flex my veteran skills.
Hey.
Nice!
So, how is it? Good?
Mmm, delicious!
Don't wolf it down like that. Look, no one's gonna take your food. What did I tell you? Drink some tea.
Restroom!
Huh? Oh, restrooms. They're that way. What a busy girl. Back in the day, she, her mother, and I used to go eat out often. This brings back memories. I had completely forgotten about it, too.
That was close. I thought I was gonna die. Well, time to resume.
You're still going to eat?
I'm all full. I'm throwing in the towel.
Which is it? I'm gonna use the restroom and then pay the bill. Check, please.
Coming right up.
When I got into middle school, my mom and Sojiro took me out to eat sushi to celebrate. That sushi was so good. Today's was pretty good too. I hope the three of us can come again sometime. When should we do this again? I wish she could have had today's sushi too. I want to find out what happened to Mom. I won't forgive the guy who triggered her mental shutdown. So, you better help me out.
120,000 yen? You're joking, right?
Looks like we won't be getting sushi to go. Hey, wait!
All right.
Is this where we're supposed to be meeting? Is she not here? Try checking around.
Are you all by yourself? Where did you come from?
Hey, over there.
Did you run away from home? What's wrong, little girl?
That looks bad. What are you gonna do? Now's not the time for that. Go save her!
Well, can you come down to the station with me for now? Huh? Who are you?
Hey!
Do you know this girl? You're not lying, are you? Very well.
Futaba, are you okay?
Sorry. I thought I conquered my fears back at the beach.
What happened?
There wasn't anyone I knew with me, so I panicked. Felt like my heart was gonna pop. I got so scared all by myself, then I just sort of curled up into a ball. Then all these people started staring at me, and the police came, and then it was all over.
Look, Futaba, if you're ever in trouble, just call this guy.
Okay. I feel kinda calm when we're this close. You're okay being like this, right? Couldn't even go by a game by myself. I'm a failure.
Futaba.
But I'm okay outside as long as it's with him. Is he some kind of key item? Please, be my key item. I'll try and get better at navigation if you do. For reals? Then it's a deal.
We were impressed with the intel gathering skills of the Phantom Thieves as well. We also know that this would have been impossible unless you had a skilled hacker. Who was doing this?
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the hermit persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
All right.
All right, now that that's over with, let's go.
Where?
Need, buy, game.
Weren't you bawling your eyes out just a second ago?
Yeah, but I have my key item now. Victory conditions met. Come on, let's roll.
Ah, you're back. Huh? Well, fine. I'm going home.
shapeshifter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark.
I'll just add this.
Nice. Hey. Yep.
Moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right around me. That's where I found.
Listen up, inmate. Our master wants a word with you.
It seems you formed a contract with another new ally. This is the owner of quite a different type of power. It will help guide you all to further heights as thieves. Worry not. You are steadily approaching the realization of your goal. This is not necessarily to prove so, but I shall increase the number of personas you can hold at once. From here on, your tale will make great progress. Hone your powers even further, and prepare for the time that will soon come. I expect great things from you.
All right.
Until we meet again.
It is time, inmate. Return to your world.
Morning.
Ooh, a uniform. Make sure you study hard.
Futaba says she's going to shift to living a morning person's life.
A healthy mission starts with a healthy lifestyle.
Mission?
And on to breaking news. In regard to the so-called Phantom Thieves events that have been a hot topic among the general public, the Prime Minister held a press conference at his official residence to address the problem.
The government acknowledges the current rumors of the group called the Phantom Thieves. We are currently confirming facts with the police and wish to deal with it in an appropriate...
Even the Prime Minister's talking about the Phantom Thieves?
They're allies of justice, after all.
They change hearts, huh? I wonder if it's true.
Looks like we're finally being recognized across the country. Even though you have ambitions, you remain cool, I bet you stole that from me. Let's find clues on that case as soon as we can, too. And resolve it ourselves. For Futaba's sake, too.
You two really get along, don't you? You're gonna be late if you don't get going soon.
Good luck on your student duties.
it's all over.
The Phantom Thieves are great!
Second term's already started. I think this every year, but isn't summer vacation too short? It's like it always ends right when you get used to a life without school. Then again, I guess we had some fun things this year.
All right, let's begin homeroom. Let's see. We've just gotten back from vacation, but starting next Monday is the school trip.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You students are so lucky. You get an entire month off for summer and get to go to Hawaii, too. Make sure that none of you cut loose too much, okay? Okay, settle down. That concludes homeroom.
School trip, huh? I guess we won't be able to act as Phantom
Takamaki-san! You can speak English, right?
Basically, yeah.
That's amazing.
I lived over there, so it's nothing that special.
Hey, if there's something we're not sure of in English, can we ask you about it?
Huh?
Hey!
Sorry. What? You know... I'm sorry.
There you guys are.
Futaba! Did you come here by yourself?
I went to get her since I got out of school early.
What a patronizing Inari.
Well then, let's get talking. What do we do now? Should we go after another big target?
That's important too, but what about that villain in the cognitive world?
It's almost certain that this person exists. What's more, they're inducing mental shutdowns. We certainly can't turn a blind eye.
Yeah, but we don't got any clues. But, you know how we're totes popular right now? Everyone at school's talking about us, and not a day goes by when you don't hear about it on TV either. We totally made it big, don't you think?
True. The rankings on the Phantom Aficionado website have been crazy, too.
You mean this?
Huh? What the hell? First place keeps changing by the second.
People are voting around the clock, after all.
If we go after these guys, I'm sure we'll score some big cash at least once. What would you use money like that for? Acting all stoic like that ain't cool, you know.
Are you fine with that, Futaba? Even though it's related to what happened to your mother.
It's not okay. I'm definitely gonna punch that guy.
The culprit forcing mental shutdowns. If you think about it, there's no bigger target than that. If we can change his heart and get a confession out of him, we'll be on top of the world for real. Should we reveal our identities then? Oh, I bet chicks are gonna be all over us.
Whoa, whoa! You want us to show our faces? I guess that might be okay.
I see. If the true culprit confesses, the existence of the metaverse will become known. There would be no need for us to remain in hiding in such a questionable manner.
Hey, we're not doing this to stand out, you know.
Being unknown is the allure of being a phantom thief.
But considering the hype now, it's gonna be one hell of a huge deal if we pull it off.
Are there really no clues regarding those mental shutdown cases? If I remember right, wasn't the older Nijima sister investigating it?
Yes, I can pry and ask about it. But she'll just tell me to mind my own business and get angry with me.
If you can't ask her, wanna just extract that data? Does she have a personal laptop or something?
Don't tell me.
I can lend you a storage device with my special gimmick on it. Just stick this baby in and it'll clone the internal hard drive. It'll even bypass the OS password. You'll have to plug it directly into her laptop, though. Can you do it?
Sis does bring her laptop home sometimes. But I'm not comfortable going that far.
Ooh, is Futaba gonna do something amazing again?
Are you scared of seeing how your sister truly feels?
No! Of course not. Fine, I'll do it.
What?
I was in a tabloid magazine? But I gave a gag order in regard to Mr. Kamoshida's case. Please, wait! Please give me some time! I will find evidence on the Phantom Thieves for sure. I couldn't have made it this far had it not been for your assistance, sir. So, please, please let me... No! No!
Been searching all along, can face it while I know without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter.
Good night.
Good morning. Thank you.
Hey! What up? Did you see that ad in the train? The media's gonna come to our school. At least be a little interested in it. cover-up by faculty and principal of Shujin Academy, where the Phantom Thieves first appeared. It's been a huge deal already. I wonder what's gonna happen to the principal now. Anyways, we made the right choice going after big targets. Everywhere I go, people are talking about us. Whoa!
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm fine. That girl just now, don't you think she was fine? The Phantom Thieves are on fire right now, so I wonder if I got a chance if I asked her out? It sucks that I can't just say I'm actually a Phantom Thief to anybody.
Did you do it too, Teach? The whole cover-up thing?
This is the first time I'm hearing about it, too. Even if the police ask you anything, you better not make irresponsible comments to them. Seriously, why does this keep happening? All my relatives are gonna call me again. Oh, perfect timing. I think you might have been told this already, but it's about the school trip. You know how the police have been coming to the school again because of that incident? So, a number of the senior faculty are going to be called in for questioning, and that day just happens to overlap with the school trip.
Yes, I've been told so.
Now, this came up at the faculty meeting, but the plan is to have third years to act as our proxies. I'm so sorry to drop this on you, Nijima-san, but we'll be counting on you.
What?
You know, a lot of the second years this year happen to be unique. You must have your hands full with the entrance exams, but I'm sure you'll be fine with your grades. Don't worry. There'll be a couple more people going besides you.
If that's the case, very well.
Really? Oh, thank goodness. I'll go ahead and pass this news on then.
I guess that works out.
Well then.
Let's do it.